Hello, everybody. It is Evolve Global 22, Evolve into Wholeness live stream. I'm Dr. Debbie Bedoui here tonight. We're here every night, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we heal in our divine light and live in our power. This is Evolve Global 22's Healing Light Studio. Welcome, everybody. I am happy and glad you are here joining me tonight. Whew, it's Wednesday already. Oh my goodness. It's Wednesday, the middle of the week already. So many things, so much stuff going on, right? So let's do our breath work, our release, get rid of everything from today, clear out, get present, get oxygen to our brain, so that we can be together in this moment. So if you're here with me most nights or every night, you know how it goes. But just in case you're new to me, it is breathe in through the nose, deep breath, belly pops out through the mouth, and we put a hand move it to it and push all that debris away and get ourselves cleared out. So let's go in through the nose. Push it away into the universe to be destroyed, out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth, push it away. Again, last time, in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Good job. Feel that weight lift off. Now, one hand over your heart. And I want you to take a moment and use your mind's inside your inner voice. And I want you to make the intention to connect with your heart. Connection is everything. Connection with the creator, the creator of all that is, the connection with ourselves, with others, meaning humanity, and the universe as a whole. So let's make a connection right now. Let's just take a moment. Your inner voice, I connect with my heart. There you go. Now our opening mantra, and then we're going to get started about what's going on tonight. Our opening mantra, rise in light. Say this after me. I rise in truth. I breathe in healing. I walk in wholeness. I am perfectly imperfect, and I evolve through love, light, and purpose. So now that we have kind of cleared out, got oxygen going to the brain, we made the connection to our heart, and we did our opening mantra. Tonight is Wednesday, Threads of Trinity. We create together. I have my crochet piece that I'm doing right now. Tonight's topic is the art of letting go, how creativity heals you and heals others. And I love to crochet and knit. So I made this night so we could come together and crochet and knit together. Or if you have another creative activity that you do, you can come and do it with us here tonight or on Wednesdays. You know, it's so important for us to have ways that we can kind of get rid of all of the stuff that occupies our minds and all of the debris that we collect throughout a day. and a week and a month and a year, etc. And I have found that that creativity is, or being creative is one way to do it. And at Evolve Global 22, whoops, what happened here? At Evolve Global 22, I don't know why my chat won't work. Hold on a second. I want to put the, okay. Let's see, cut. Let's try this again, paste. For some reason, my chat won't post tonight. That's weird. Anyhow, at Evolve Global 22, I create healing meditation blankets. This is an example of one that I'm working on right now. Look at that beautiful color. Meditation is one thing that I teach. And having one of these blankets, the color has meaning, the texture has meaning, and it's something that supports one's healing, health, and wellness. And so this is the piece I happen to be working on now. But if you go to our website, www.evolveglobal22usa.com, then there it is. Then you can go to our EG22 Light Boutique and you can see some of the creative, some of the healing meditation blankets. They're usually lap size, maybe a little bigger sometimes. They're not like full for a bed or anything, but they are beautiful. They take into consideration the chakra system, for example, tactile stimulation or regulation. Take into consideration color therapy, and so much more. When I make these blankets, I make them with an affirmation. I intertwine peace, love, and joy, and yeah, and that is what comes to those who choose to get one of these. So I send, this is one way that I send peace, love, and joy to others. But let's just talk about it for a minute. So why is this such a big deal with this creativity thing? And I come in and we create together. Well, creativity is a form of energetic detox. And I'm going to get my notes because I always have my little notes here. Creativity is a form of energetic detox. It helps emotions to move, the breath to deepen, and tension to release. It clears inner congestion and opens space for healing. So when we create something or we make something, it rewires. Oh God, I'm getting all wrapped up here in my yarn. When we create or make something, it rewires the nervous system. The repetitive rhythm, motion, for example, of crocheting, drawing, stitching, or coloring brings the body into calm. It regulates the heart, eases anxiety, grounds the mind, and stabilizes emotion. So letting go, people say, well, just let it go, let it go. So if something's bothering you, just let it go. Well, it just doesn't, things don't just let go or happen alone in the mind. You can't think your way out of emotional heaviness. Let me say that again. You cannot think your way out of emotional heaviness. Often your hands help your heart, and more than your thought, and it helps your heart. Your hands help your heart more than your thoughts do. So sometimes your soul heals faster through your hands than through your mind. We get stuck up in here sometimes, and that's really what that is talking about. And also, whatever you create reflects what you're releasing. Your creative choices, color, texture, speed, pattern, They mirror your inner landscape. Creativity can become a living journal of your healing. And that makes me think of musicians. You know, music is creativity, and um, many musicians, if you listen to their songs, if you listen to songs that have meaning to them, they're just not a bunch of jumbled words. Um, there's a story there, and it reflects the creator of that song or that musical piece. It reflects something about that person and that they are releasing and letting out into the universe. Also, and this is more aligned with what I'm doing here, is the magic of creating for others helps it's how healing flows both ways. So healing helps, it helps me and it helps you. So creating with love for someone else expands your healing. It becomes prayer, so to speak, in motion. It turns compassion into action, builds connection, and frees emotional weight inside you. When love flows out, light flows in. Let me say that again. That's important. When love flows out, light flows in. Now, here in my Power of Three at Evolve Global 22, energy medicine, the tie in there is creativity opens energetic pathways and shares healing frequency outward. In Ayurveda, creativity expresses calm. It calms each body constitution and body type, and it uplifts. Herbal medicine with the teas and oils and calming scents, it deepens the creative healing experience. So, my friends, when I sit here and I create, whether I am doing it live online right now or just by myself. So when I crochet or knit, because I knit as well, and I'm going to start sewing in January, by the way, I was inspired by uh, one of my friends who's young enough to be my daughter, actually. I was inspired by her because she was talking about how she's going to pick up sewing uh, again. And I was so pleased and happy because she's had a hard time of it. And I was so pleased and happy to hear that she's going to do that. Well, you know, I said, well, what would happen? You know, what would happen if I did that? I should try that, you know, because I have tried to sew in the past, long time ago, but I had tried. I've gone through my little phase, and I haven't done it for a long time. So I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to pick that back up. So I'm gonna, when I do, I'll let you know. But I have to thank my friend who inspired me to think about picking that back up again. But back to the subject, when I crochet, something powerful happens. The hardships of any day, the anxiety, the overstimulation, they all just begin to quiet. They all just begin to just kind of calm down, quiet, and not be such a pounding force in my mind. And then as my hands move, my spirit lifts. So I could be a little bit down, or I could be a little bit upset, or whatever it is. And when my hands move, my spirit lifts. I realize this because I always talk about being in tune with yourself and realizing things about yourself, realizing how you feel about certain things when you do it, when you eat it, or whatever you're talking about. So, what I found was I'm able to put the weight of the day to the side and focus on the highest energy frequencies when I crochet or knit. And those higher frequencies are things like love, empathy, peace, compassion, and beauty. It becomes my way of realigning with my own light. Um, when you create, it's like you're coming back to you, and you're realigning with yourself. You're realigning with your inner light. The threads aren't just yarn, they're pathways back to myself. And that's really how it feels to me when I am crocheting or knitting. I have these apps that I use, and I color uh, on my phone or iPad. That it's the same kind of thing. It's another way to be creative. So it kind of, so when I create something, and then to elevate that, when I create something for someone else, that energy multiplies. So every one of these uh, therapy meditation, healing meditation blankets, which is therapy, um, when I create them, I'm creating them with love, with joy, with compassion, with empathy. I always have an affirmation that I say as I'm creating the piece that I'm working on throughout, because it takes me some time over days and weeks when I create one piece. And I I found that um, I feel that when I do that with that intention and that purpose, when I put these online in my boutique um, at a affordable cost, um, people are able to have access to something that was created by someone who had the intention from the beginning to create this piece, this blanket for someone else, and in the context of all those higher frequencies. So it just multiplies forward, so to speak. Um, it becomes a gift of healing, despite the fact that these are something that I sell on my website. They become a gift of healing, and it's not only a gift of healing for the person who purchases them; it's a gift of healing for me as well, and that is really something special to me. You know, if let's just say, for example, I'll put it into context. Let's just say, for example, that all of a sudden I had, 10,000 people who wanted my blankets. And, I had the funding resources to be that big and to mass produce my blankets. I wouldn't do it, because it defeats, once you get the machine part component into it, once you mass produce them, once you take out this hands-on creative piece, then they've lost their meaning. They're just like any other little old blanket that you can get when you go to any store. They're beautiful and all of that, but they're missing the healing piece. They're missing the whole purpose that I started to do this to begin with, which was to heal myself and to connect and heal others. And I don't want to sell a quote unquote dead blanket just to get the money when it has no purpose behind it, if that makes sense uh, to you. Any questions or comments? And that brings me to something that just kind of popped up into my mind. We do a lot of things throughout a day that we just do them robotically or automatically. And sometimes it's just, repetitive. We do the same thing every day, or we have the same schedule, or we have the same places that we need to be, or whatever it is. It becomes robotic, it becomes mechanical. And that's when we forget to make our intention or to put purpose behind what we do. Once you put intention and purpose behind everything that you do, it changes the game. It changes the perspective, and it changes your, not only how you view whatever you're doing, but it also changes internally how you feel and the impact, whether it's going to be something that is healing to you or if it's going to be something that takes away from your healing. It's very, very important to have intention and purpose with what we do in everything, not only creativity, but in everything that we do. But tonight we're talking again, Wednesday nights are Threads of Trinity, where we create together, and I crochet and knit. And I encourage you, whether you've crocheted and knitted before or not, you know, go to the store, get a cheap hook, get some cheap yarn, and just start. You can go on YouTube, you can find out, just go to a beginner tutorial and just start. You don't even have to start really making any specific thing. Just start crocheting or knitting. And if that's not your thing and you have something else, please do that. If you draw, if you sketch, whatever you do. But let's just summarize, because I don't want us to miss the point, and I don't want my rambling and going on and on to be lost. But let's talk about this. So just to sum up what I've talked about thus far. Tonight, we remember that creativity is more than art. It's medicine, movement, and a way home to ourselves. Through every thread, every color, every motion of the hands, we release what no longer serves us and reconnect to the frequencies that lift us higher: love, empathy, peace, compassion, and beauty. When we create for ourselves, we heal inward. When we create for others, that healing expands outward. And together, these threads become a tapestry of connection, a reminder that we're not walking this path alone. May your hands be gentle, your heart be open, and may everything you create this week carry the light you are. That's my message to you tonight. And it's so, so important. Part of the reason why I started this live stream was so that I could be here for others and I could be accessible. And I'm asking anybody who's watching this, whether you're in the live stream right now or you come across this in video form, share it. First of all, subscribe and like, but share it. Share it with others, because there are a lot of people out there who are struggling, and you never know who you're going to touch and pass on the light to. So become a part of passing that light, the divine light, our inner light, and those higher frequencies of love, empathy, and joy, so that other people can experience and can start their healing, and they can find our community as a sacred place to be able to learn, get the guidance and support that they need, and we can all heal together, because that's my mission. That's why I'm here. But anyways, type in the chat. What do you think? What do you think about the colors? When I got the yarn for this piece, I was a little skeptical about the colors at first, but now as they come together, this is very, very calming. This blanket in particular, the blue, very, very calming. The texture is, it's a basic stitch, so the texture is very it's a little bit rough, but not in a bad way. Like, it's a soft rough, so it's strong. And it's got a little bit of a ridginess to it. And when you put the black with, I mean, the blue with the two colors of blue with the black and a little bit of white, it's also, to me, it's very, very kind of soothing and grounding. So that's this is going to become one of my favorite healing meditation blankets, because the color is just wonderful and the texture is just even. It's like evenness. So, anyways, everybody, I just wanted to come on and spend a few minutes with you. I'm trying to keep the live streams at about a half an hour. We have gone several times over into an hour, which is fine. But I really don't want this to become something that, everybody sits and it's like, oh, I gotta, we gotta sit here, be here the whole. No, it's not intended. We're not talking about time here. We're talking or not length of time or amount of time. I like to keep these at around a half an hour or maximum an hour, and then we can go off. It's from 8 to 9 Eastern Standard Time. So then once we spend our half an hour to hour together, then we can all go off and go to bed and do our night routines and rituals and whatever we do, and go to bed kind of calm, clear, and in a peaceful state. And then we're ready for the next day, right? So tonight was about creativity and letting it, how it helps me to let go, and also how it helps me to not only heal within myself, but also to spread healing out to all of you. I hope you found value in this live stream tonight. Check out our website, Evolve Global 22, www.evolveglobal22usa.com. The link is up here in the chat. Go check out all of our services. Go to our EG22 Light Boutique. You'll see all of our healing, health, and wellness products. You will see these lovely healing meditation blankets, the ones that I have up there so far. And you will also see that we have a section in our Light Boutique that is called perfectly posh, gently loved, perfectly posh, and that's gently loved, usually clothing, accessories, small household items. You will see those on there. I have a bunch of stuff I have to load up there to expand that, but everything is there for you. There's resources. Our newsletter is available for free there on our website. The new newsletter is coming out in December. I publish the newsletter about 3 to 4 times a year, and December is the second one for this since I started it. So that's coming out. But on that note, let's do our closing mantra, and then we will be ready to call it a night. The closing mantra, let's do our hand over our heart. That solidifies the connection. I honor my journey. Repeat after me. I honor my journey. I release what no longer serves me. I am energy. I am light. I am love. Together we heal. Together we evolve. I wish you endless amounts of love, peace, and light. May you have a wonderful night ahead, a wonderful day tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow's a holiday here in the US. We will not be live streaming tomorrow. I will see you back here on Friday, which is the 28th. So on that note, peace and light to you all. Bye-bye.